For nearly a decade, Juventus didn't just dominate Italian football, they controlled it. 9 consecutive Serie A titles, unchallenged domestic power, and a club that believed it was only a matter of time before Europe followed. But today, Juventus is no longer the symbol of stability it was once. Instead, it stands as one of the clearest examples of how a football empire can collapse, not overnight, but decision by decision. So, how did the most powerful club in Italy fall apart so fast? Juventus' modern dynasty began in 2011. After years of chaos, the club rebuilt itself with discipline, structure, and a clear identity. Under Antonio Conte, Juventus became ruthless, aggressive without the ball, efficient with it, and almost impossible to beat. When Massimiliano Allegri took over, that dominance didn't disappear, it evolved. Juventus reached the 2 Champions League finals in 2015 and 2017. They didn't win, but they belonged. At this point, Juventus wasn't just a successful team, it was a system that worked. In 2018, Juventus made a decision that would redefine everything. Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in Turin not just as a footballer, but as a global brand. The message was clear. Juventus wanted the Champions League now. But Ronaldo came with a cost, a massive salary, a shift in power, and a squad built around short-term success. Juventus didn't grow around Ronaldo, they went around him. And slowly, the balance that once defined the club began to crack. As years passed, Juventus lost something more important than trophies. They lost clarity. The midfield, once the engine of the team, became a weakness. Key players left, replacements never truly arrived. Tactical identity disappeared, managers changed, system changed, but results didn't improve. Juventus no longer looked like a team that knew who it was. It was a club reacting, not leading. Behind the scenes, the problems run deeper. Juventus was spending like a club chasing success, not sustaining it. Short-term transfers, high wages, creative accounting. The business model that once made Juventus stable was now under pressure. Success had become an expectation, not a process. When trophies slowed down, the financial risk became impossible to hide. Juventus wasn't just losing matches, it was losing control. Then came the consequences. Financial investigations, points deductions, European bans. Juventus found itself isolated, politically and institutionally. The Super League project only deepened that divide. Once a pillar of Italian football, Juventus now stood alone. Trust was broken, reputation damaged, and the image of invincibility was gone. Juventus didn't collapse because it lost matches. It collapsed because it lost direction. Decisions made in pursuit of greatness ended up erasing the foundations that once made in the club great. Dominance turned into desperation, stability into uncertainty. Juventus is still a giant, but giants don't fall because they are weak. They fall because they stop listening, stop adapting, and stop questioning their own power. The question now isn't what Juventus was. The question is simple. Can Juventus ever become that club again?